I wasn't going to make a video today. I had decided to cut my production down to 3 videos a week. I think I can give a better quality video that way. And then the market's been down now 2 days in a row, and I have seen it as an opportunity to do some buying. I bought Starbucks yesterday, and I mentioned that in my video yesterday. And I got a comment that I thought I had bought too early, that it was going under 100. And I wrote back basically say, I really don't care. What I'm looking for is a 25% gain over the next 60 to 90 days, and I believe I'll get that. So whether I wait for it to go below 100 or even to 95 is somewhat counterproductive, because I might miss it. I didn't know that the market would go down again today, and I could buy it for probably $1 cheaper. So I want to emphasize that if you're an investor, you're looking for opportunities to make money. You're not looking for the lowest price. Set yourself a target and say, do I believe that this stock is a well-managed company and that it will in fact hit my target price sometime in the near future. And in fact, if I had told you in December that you could make 25% on your investments over a year, you would be elated. Well, that would be wonderful. 25%, that's fantastic. But now we're in a position where you can make 25% in a quarter, in 90 days. So don't get too greedy. And so along that line, I'm pretty well positioned in my big six. I've gotten them under control, and they're faring quite well. And again, if you haven't gotten this book, go down into the description and get it. This is going to be one of our textbooks that we're going to talk about and use continually, as well as the Accidental Superpower, which is going to explain to you the demographics of the world and the world order. And then my most recent one, The Future is Faster Than You Think. We're going to refer to these regularly. So let's get back to buying on opportunity. I bought 2 more stocks this morning. I'm not buying big quantities. I'm looking at and saying, okay, I want to invest $10,000, $15,000 here, and it'd be nice if it went up 25%. So I want to buy companies that I think are strong, that have a good brand, and have been depressed. So this morning I bought McDonald's. Its current price is $170, and that's about what I bought it for. And its high was $220. So my target is 25% gain, or my target price is $212. Do I think by September I'll be there? Yeah, if in fact the crisis is ended, and in fact a vaccine of some sort comes, or just in fact if enough people get comfortable getting back to work and driving through the drive-through. I read an article which prompted me to do this, is that McDonald's has said in the last month 90% of their sales have come through drive-through, where that used to be 66%. I thought that was a pretty good number. So I went ahead and bought McDonald's. Again, it's a well-managed company. It's a brand that everybody knows. So I don't think it's going anywhere. So I'm investing for the future, so I bought them. Then I bought Hilton, and I had seen their CEO Christopher Nesteta on Squawk Box a couple of weeks ago, and I was watching it with my wife, and when he got done talking, my wife said, that's the most impressed I've been by anybody that I've seen on Squawk Box over the last couple of years. And I think what impressed her was that he said, you know, I've been in this business for 30 years. I've been through the SARS epidemic. I've been through the 9/11 crash. I've been through the subprime crisis. So I know how to react. And I read a further article in which he said they have honors points. He sold his honors points back to, or sold them to American Express for $1 billion. And I thought, how shrewd. So he raised $1 billion on that. As soon as the crisis occurred, he went out and accessed his credit lines for another $1.7 billion. So he says he has $2.8 billion in reserves, which at current rate of business, they're good for 18 to 24 months. Well, I don't think this is going to take 24 months, so I'm willing to bet on him. And I'm willing to bet on him because I was able to buy the stock for $63. Its high is $115. My target now at 25% gain becomes $78. Do I think that's within reason? Yeah, if I believe that, in fact, this will be in our past within the next 2 years. And do I believe that? Well, if it isn't, I'll be dead. I'm 75 years old. I believe that what is going to happen is we are going to, I hate to use these words, but my Uncle Wilbur, when I was a young boy in Champaign, Illinois, my Uncle Wilbur owned a farm, and he raised cattle, and he raised horses, and Aunt Helen raised chickens, and I learned the words cull the herd. He had some sort of illness within his cattle, and Charles and my brother and I all got on horses, and he asked us to separate these cows. He said and Charles was older, and basically what we did was move the cows over into another pasture. And I asked Uncle Wilbur, why are we doing this? And he says, we're culling the herd. These cattle are sick, and I need to get them separated from the other cattle so that they don't infect the other cattle, and that way I will save my herd. We're culling the herd. And I remembered that. And I think that's probably some level of that is going to happen relative to this pandemic, because we do have to get back to work, and we do have to identify, and I think it was pretty well decided that the baby boomers were the herd to be culled, but now we have some incidents where children are getting it, and that's going to have to be rectified and settled. But I think we're going to go into some culling of the herd, and it will be, I don't know if it will be strictly voluntary or if it will be forced upon, but I think that's going to happen. So I've bought, as I say, Starbucks, McDonald's, and Hilton, and I encourage you to don't be shopping for the bottom. Don't be trying to grab that falling knife, and try to get greedy. And then set yourself a target. The other thing I wanted to mention is that for those of you who have bought some Best of Us investors merchandise like hats, coffee cups, things of that nature, the service that I used to produce this, and it's all produced on demand, has notified me that fulfillment has become a problem as a result of this virus. So it's like I have a coffee cup ordered, I haven't gotten it, and so bear with us. You will get your merchandise. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, go to bestofusinvestors.com, and at the shop you'll find hats and shirts and hoodies and coffee cups that the tribe is showing their colors. So that's where we're at. As I say, I'm going to drop back to 2-3 videos a week. I'm working on one specifically on autonomous automobiles and who the players are and how Tesla and Wayo fit into it. That's Google's entry. And I think that's an important video that I'm spending more time and more research on, because I think it's going to be a major part of our life. And again, like the videos, subscribe, and get the textbooks. If you really want to be a serious investor and you really want to build wealth, because there has never been an opportunity to build wealth because of the convergence of technologies that would have happened anyway, and then this virus, which has put so many of these stocks on discount. If you're a young 20, 30, 40-year-old, you've got an opportunity of a lifetime. Lean on your parents to lend you money or to help finance your future. If you have a birthday coming, tell them you don't want money, and you don't want whatever clothes or whatever. You want stock, because this is your opportunity to change your life for the better.